Mr. Trump. Welcome to the Savage Nation. Welcome to the program, Mr. Trump.
Hi, Michael.
What you've been through. I mean, we've been talking about this for 2 hours. You know what I said at the beginning, Donald? I watched it last night. I said Rubio looked like a sweaty busboy in a dining room. Cruz, although he had all the answers, looked like a smart maitre d'. And Donald Trump came out looking like the hotel owner. Welcome to the program.
Well, I appreciate that. We got great reviews. We won all the polls on the debate. But, I was in the middle of two people that they're in trouble. This Rubio, I never saw a guy sweat like this. He's pouring sweat.
I don't know. Look, you can't say it, but I can. He must be off his meds. He looked like a child who needed Ritalin.
Well,
Donald, your time is short. What if the GOP brokers a brokered convention? What's going to happen then?
I don't see it. I think we're going to win it. I mean, look, the fighters, they go into unfriendly territory, and they say the only way we're going to definitely come out ahead is the knockout. And you go for the knockout. I think that's what, really what happens here. We're going to have, I believe, a pretty good Tuesday. And if it's as good as we think, we're on our way, Mike. I mean, we won, as you know, we won South Carolina. We won everything we've had just about, and it's been amazing. New Hampshire was amazing. Nevada was amazing. And South Carolina.
Donald, I watched the Telemundo girl last night. It was really sad to see her try to set you up. I mean, you're in a national poll, you don't show high, and a Hispanic, you said you won 44% of them in Nevada. She says, yeah, but that's not the nation. That's nonsense for one reason, Donald. In my opinion, if an Hispanic goes to another Hispanic and says, who are you going to vote for, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, they're never going to say Donald Trump to another Hispanic, but they're going to do it behind the scenes, and I think she's all wrong about that. I have one other thing. You talked about building the wall, and after Vicente Fox used that foul language, you said the wall just got 10 feet bigger. I love it. And say, well, how are you going to pay for it? You want to hear what we came up with on the Savage Nation, Donald? Mexicans are sending home over $25 billion a year, untaxed money back home. If you put a 4% transfer fee, a wire transfer fee on all monies going to Mexico, think about the money we could raise that way to pay for the wall. You wouldn't even have to tax anyone.
That would take care of it. Look, the money they make, the deficits we have, Michael, $58 billion a year. People don't realize that. We have a huge deficit with Mexico. So that's one thing. I mean, sadly, you want to see numbers. Take a look at the drugs that are pouring over that border. The drugs are just a disgrace. I won New Hampshire, and I will tell you the biggest problem they have up there is the heroin problem, all coming out from Mexico. And, we got to build a wall. There's no doubt about it. And now all of a sudden I see this guy Rubio say, oh, well, maybe we should build a wall. Maybe we should build a wall. And actually Ted Cruz said that also. So, they're coming along, but they'll never be able to get it built.
Donald, I want to ask a couple other questions about this campaign. Have you ever seen anything like this in all your years in America? Have you seen members of a single party attack a fellow candidate as viciously as Rubio did last night and today? He's doing things that even Hillary wouldn't dare do because it would besmirch her to go there with wet your pants, stuff like that. You're not a tough guy. I watched it last night, Donald. I thought you were going to strangle him or give him a whap in the face. I thought you were going to crack him in the mouth.
Well, he's not I don't think he's a very smart guy. He's not a smart guy, and he's a very nasty guy. I watched last night, and I'll tell you, backstage, he was putting makeup on, like, with a trowel.
I saw that. He says you were putting makeup on. You say he was putting makeup on. Using
a trowel. But I watched him melt down with Chris Christie. Chris Christie, as you know, he just endorsed me, which is a great endorsement. But I watched him melt down. I never saw anything like it. He melted down with Chris Christie like I've never seen. I've never seen anything like it. I was standing right next to him. And, he's not the right guy for president. Do you remember the famous thing where he grabbed the water during his presidential retort? And
yes. What was the water every minute? Like a baby with a baby bottle, sucking on water every 2 minutes. Donald, you're not going to answer it, but isn't this a signal that you're going to pick Christie possibly as a VP?
Well, I'll tell you, we made no deals. He just called me and he said, I'd really like to endorse you. You have an amazing campaign. I have a lot of people calling me wanting, to endorse. We're going to be naming a lot of people. And, I've never been big on endorsements, Michael. I've never thought they really meant that much, but this was one that I loved. And I guess
he's very good I liked Christie 2 debates ago. I thought he showed off beautifully. He's a very skilled debater. As a former U.S. attorney, he'd be a fabulous attorney general compared to what we have now. Could you imagine that? So I hope that when you do win the presidency, he does rise to the top, because the American people are desperate for two strong men in high places in America. Donald, I read that on March 11th, there is a Republican dinner or something at your Mar-a-Lago. What's that about?
Well, they have a big dinner. I guess it's for Florida or Palm Beach County, but they have something on the, I think it is the 11th, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to be there. I'm supposed to be in Louisiana that night.
Oh, well, I was going to go. I was going to go there to break bread with you, but if you're not there, I'm not going. That's all.
Let me put it this way: if I'm there, I'm going to be telling you, okay, because I want you to be there. But Mar-a-Lago has been such a great place, and they love to have that dinner. We have that dinner once a year, and it's been a great success.
Donald, before you go, I've been talking about the buildings with your name on them in Manhattan, just focused on Manhattan. Rubio, so far as I know, to use him, or Cruz, I don't see any buildings with the name Cruz or Rubio on them. And this is an important factor. We had a man call because I was talking about concrete in the last hour. I said, does anyone listening to this show know how hard it is to build in Manhattan? The unions, the city itself, the permit process. No one knows how hard it is. So a guy calls from New York in the last hour, Donald, and he says he poured concrete on some of your buildings. He explained how hard it is to time all of this properly. They only have 90 minutes to get the trucks from the cement factory out to the job, and what it takes in organization and negotiation. And that's what I've been trying to tell the audience, Donald. People don't understand what it is to be a builder anywhere, let alone in Manhattan.
When you build in Manhattan, if you can build in Manhattan, you can do just about anything. But it's been, look, I've had a great career with that stuff, and now I'm looking at this. Our theme is Make America Great Again, Michael. You have been so fantastic, but it's Make America Great. I've been given a lot of credit for that debate last night, but I want to tell you, it was crazy. I'm sitting there in the middle of these two guys, and the one, in all fairness, Cruz was fine. But the other one is, he's off his rocker. I think he's...
No, Cruz had dignity. Cruz showed dignity. The other one is nuts. Remember, Donald, 22 years in radio, this March 24th, I've been preaching borders, language, and culture. You are the first candidate to come along to talk about borders. But if you seal the borders, we get the other two almost automatically. You are the guy we've been waiting for, Donald, which is why I've supported you from the day you announced. People say, well, what's in it for you? Donald, have I asked you for anything ever? Have I called you in behind the scenes and said, could you give me? I never asked for anything, did I?
Or even a hamburger, okay? Nothing. Zero.
Not even a hamburger. I would pay for it if you offered it to me, because that's the way it is. It's because you reflect everything that I would like to see in a candidate for America. It's that simple, and we wish you the greatest luck. We're there for you right to the end. We'll support you to the end. I'm the most loyal guy on the earth. I never, ever forget a friend, Donald. You got to know that.
You're fantastic, Michael. I appreciate it. I will talk to you very soon, but I really do appreciate it. You're a special guy. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yes, I was not brought to the school on a little bus, but thank you very much. I'll be right back, right here on the Savage Nation.